You remember the explosion? The explosion, the house on Robert Place. Okay, one of the guys who was at the explosion, who went in and saved the person, which it was several people. Let's hear what he got to say. There we go,
The
folks.
hero lies in you. Well, I tell you, I am very honored to have here in the studio with this family, Alan Randolph. Thank you for
Mr.
coming
Alan
in, good brother.
Randolph.
How are you?
I'm coming along, and to God be the glory. I just want to say, first of all, thanks to the Radio 1 family for acknowledging me and my family and allowing us to come in and, just tell.
The coach?
Yes, sir.
I was just about to say, when we were going through this, we had to pause, and we had to ask ourselves, how could you get yourself together to go in a burning house, man?
Well, actually, what happened was that morning I do car detail, and I go around and I find different cars and I go in detail independently. That morning I was there doing a detail, and I was on my way to get an iced tea that morning, and I heard the explosion. I was like 1 block away, but I was cutting through an alley, and I heard the explosion. And I thought it was a car accident. And so as I was coming out of the alley, someone was running by saying, they need to get the kids out. They need to get the kids out. So I took off, and I was telling my lady that I didn't even remember that I ran across the street. I didn't even look and see if any cars were coming. I thought about that later. But when I got to the house, it was actually on fire. The whole face of the house was gone. And one guy was trying to get in the house, and I bypassed him, and I climbed up the railing. And so I had to go in through the house next door. So I broke the window, I climbed through, and the wall was already gone. So when I got to the living room of the house that had exploded, it was burning. I could smell gas, but I was looking for the steps to go upstairs, and I couldn't find it. So I ran to the living room, and I got to the downstairs. I said, no, the upstairs must be in the front. So I backed up, and I could see that all the rubble and sheetrock was on the steps, so I couldn't identify the steps. So I tore the sheetrock out, started pulling through the rubble, and as soon as I cleared that biggest piece of sheetrock, there was a little Spanish child on the top of the stairs. So I climbed up there, and I grabbed her. I said, come on, little lady. And she came into my arms, and by this time, someone had came through the window as well, so I handed her down, and then came 3 more children. I handed them down. And then there was I saw a leg upstairs, a leg sticking out. So I got to the top of the landing, and it was a Spanish grandmother, and she was not clothed, but she had like a nightgown that she was trying to cover her, right? So I said, Abuela, grandma in Spanish, you have to get out. Come on. And she was stuck to the wall. She was in shock. So I began to pull her, and so she started down, and I ran over to the bed, and I ripped off a blanket. And so as she was going down the steps, and they were trying to help her out, there was a guy down there trying to help her out, I couldn't get by her, so I went back into the room, and I jumped from the 2nd floor down into the rubble on the 1st floor. And by that time, they had gotten her out. I exited onto the yard and went back up onto the landing, and I put the blanket around her. As I'm doing that, the house next door, the guy says, my mother's upstairs. She's upstairs. I can't get her out.
Oh, man.
So go into that house, climb through the window, go up the stairs. Her daughter's on her knees trying to get up the medications for her mother that had spilled out. And she said, my mother's on the 3rd floor. So I went up to the 3rd floor, and her mother's sitting on the bed, and she actually, she couldn't walk. So I tried to put her in a fireman's carrier to carry her out, but she was a little too heavy. So what happened was I grabbed her under her arms, and her daughter grabbed her feet, and we began to, carry her out. We took her down all the way into the 1st floor landing, and as soon as we got to the 1st floor landing in the living room, the brick face of the house fell in from the 3rd floor, came down, and landed on me. As you can see, I didn't even cover this one yet, but this is a very deep gash right here. It's a burn and gash on my left arm. When the cement landed on my leg and foot, I was also standing over a piece of sheetrock that had a nail in it. So the 36-inch piece of concrete slammed my foot onto the nail. And so once we were pried off the cement from my leg, I was able to help her again to at least the kitchen area, where someone came through the back door, and the guy said, I got her, and I let her go. And so we got out all 3 people from that house. So there were 7 people altogether, but you don't think, you know, of personal safety. You know what? The first thing I did when I entered the house in the beginning, I said, Lord God, don't let me die in this house. Wow. That's it. And I trusted God to help me, you know, to do what needed to be done.
Nothing but He heard you.
You know,
dispatch an angel, and y'all carried it on through. Now I'm sitting here listening to you, and I didn't. That's Doctor. All I can say is. Came along. Now, I want you, or however you want to do it, but Tamara, I just want you to know that, how did you hear about that we were trying to find you?
Oh, actually, I went to, I was going to the, I was in the library, Enoch Pratt Library in Brooklyn, and I was going to set up a GoFundMe account because I don't have insurance, and I did accumulate, you know, ambulance and hospital bills. So I was going to do that, and as the lady was helping me, another lady came from behind the counter and said, is this the guy that, you know, was in the, you know, rescue 7 people? And she said, there's a guy named Larry Young that I was talking to this morning. He's been trying to reach you. Here's his number. So everything, I mean, you know,
here we are.
Yes, yes.
Well, I'm just so glad that we got word. You know, we were reading it, but to hear you tell it, my brother, I'm just as excited and honored to have you in. Tell us about how we can participate in this GoFund.
Well, I don't really know how it works too much. Miss Amy Yancey, I had met with her and did an interview with her from Channel 13. She was telling me that, you know, if I needed assistance that I could go on this webpage. And so I did put in a GoFundMe account, and I started this GoFundMe account. I do have, I'll show it to you now.
No, you just talk about it. We're fine.
Okay. I do have 58 views with no donations. But I guess if you go on the GoFundMe account, you'll see my the caption with me and in front of the actual home, and the story is there as far as what took place and how I'm seeking assistance. Is
there a name for the account?
Yeah.
There you go.
The name of the account is Hero Hurt Rescue of 7 People. Yeah, Hero Hurt during rescue of 7 people.
Okay. So now, family, those of us who know, it's really easy to do this.
How many people rescue the people?
I would love to make sure that we are part of saying to this gentleman, to this hero,
told
it is not going to go without
another lady
community
help,
putting something there.
Another guy ran across the street help.
And I'm going to make sure
how many people was it
at least for the next 5 days. And I don't know if you want to come back, but I certainly want you to keep me informed as who's responding. Quite frankly, I would hope that there'll be somebody in the city that will look at the city, at least they used to, Deji. I don't know if we still have it or not, the community foundation that is available. But there should be an elected official or someone serving that can say to him for the costs, his medical costs, that should be taken care of. I don't mind the GoFund, by all means do it, but it takes a step, And just like my colleague at the other station and here at Radio 1 Baltimore, we're doing what we're going to do. I intend to push this GoFund, but I would like to have, I'm not going to call anybody out today. Yeah. But those of you who know and could see, I mean, we've got pictures of the situation. How many of us would have done what this gentleman did? You know, and I heard when we had the discussion, Coach, we all were saying, you don't know until you get there. Right. Am I right? Is that what you got out of the comment?
Yes, and basically that was reiterated today, where it's something that you don't think about. It's just an instinctive act. And, you know, right. Thankfully that our guest was very heroic and very spiritual in his act.
But the thing that got me is he was talking, because he didn't stop one time. He didn't stop 2 times. He went 5 times? Different situations as they were coming up. The building is in a condition where he turned to the left, he turned to the right. He was facing obstacle after obstacle. First of all, I don't know if I would go in, but to go through 5 different obstacles that you had to go through, brother.
The house blew up while he was in there.
From what I can see, you do have 2 major concerns: your arm and your leg, the nail on your foot. Oh my goodness. So all I can say, I really, family, I would like to see us do this. I'm going to mention this at least for the next 5 days, and I want him to be able to know. I tell people all the time, WOLB, we offer love, Baltimore, and he needs to be. Let me back up. We should. I don't want to use the word need. We should say to him. Think about this. Would you not want to have a person of this ilk in your neighborhood if that was to be a situation in your home and your situation? And I'm making a pull and a push.
Gotta go,
because he should be given every reason
great.
to feel.
He did great.
I
appreciate what he did.
And he didn't ask, by the way. I called for him. He didn't call him.
I interviewed
to come in here.
All the 7 people who survived.
And I'm very proud of our network, though. If we ask for somebody,
I appreciate
most times we do
the
hear
survivors.
From
but anyway, folks, there you go. Taxi Talk, your host. All right, let's let me drive.
We gotta get ready to close the show, but again, Coach.
Yes, sir.
It's time.
Drop the mic.
When I was alone and had nothing.
That is the house, folks, of the house that collapsed.
But I needed a breath to rise from my sleep. No one could help me.
And this is the back.
Except God. When all I saw was sad, and I needed answers.
It's collapsed.
No one heard me, except God. So when I'm asked,
thank y'all for tuning in.
Who I give my unconditional love to,
that
no other name.
Until next time, folks, great day, Baltimore. Saying.